Hi YouTube, it's Lena and I'm here today with round 2 of the Use It or Lose It project pan. I'm a day late. I mentioned this in another video, but I didn't quite throw my back out, but it felt like I did. I messed up my back earlier this week. The one day that I did sit here and film before today made it worse overall. So I was like, alright, I'm finally feeling alright. Let me sit and film some videos because I'm freaking behind, as per usual. And this chair that I sit in is a really crappy chair. It's not really made to be comfortable, let's say. Which is weird. You'd think that computer chairs would be, but mine's not. But as for the idea of this project is you could take any kind of item that you have. It can be makeup, it can be skincare, it can be, you know, wax melts, it can be books, it can be literally anything, and you have a month to either use it or declutter it. Now last month I had 5 items, this month I have 5-ish items. You'll understand why I say that in a minute. The 3 pieces of clothing that I had, I did wear all of them and found ways to wear them. Like, I had this denim dress that was long sleeved that I had to get the sleeves removed. I wound up cutting them off myself because I'm freaking lazy and never took it to like not a laundromat, dry cleaners or anything like that to get them hemmed, so I freaking cut them off myself. Hopefully it doesn't explode in the washing machine that I did that, but it made it a lot easier to wear. The blue dress that I had bought the jeggings for, and I did wear them, and I wore the blue skirt. I actually have a couple of different shirts that I wore it with, so yeah, I got through all those fine. I finished up the wax melt that I had, and the remaining thing I have is this candle, which I forgot to mark because I suck, but I did burn quite a significant amount of it. The thing is, the wax keeps falling, so I'm throwing this away. I'm tired of dealing with it. It's supposed to smell like strawberry, but it puts out no scent, so I don't care. I'm throwing it out. But that's the point of the project. Now, what I have this month starting off is 2 wax melts that are mostly finished. So with my wax products that I throw in here, I try to finish them within a month, or say with that candle, at least try to get use out of it and figure out if I want to keep it or not, which is more the point of the project. But things like wax melts, I try to finish. So I have 2 here this time. They are my 2 most used right now, so I figured I could get them out of my collection. These are both from Zany Laney. They don't do wax melts anymore, but they do broom sprays and these 2 scents. They do them. That's mainly what they do now, although they just started doing body scrubs as well for certain scents. But this one is Catgut. It is the blackberry sage, honey, and snowdrift. It is based off of the show Vikings, and I love it. I wish I could still get more wax melts, but they stopped doing them. But I only have 3 of these left. Ooh, it smells so good. And this one is Wannabe. It is based off of Spider-Man, and it is grapes, vanilla cream, and soda. And we have 2 left, so figured I could knock those 2 out. And the other thing I have is a bag of books. No, I'm not gonna read all these damn books in a month. But I thought you and I could sit here and we could go through them, because I bought a bunch of book bundles from my local library. You could buy 4 books for $1. And I figured if there was 1 book in the bundle that I wanted, I would go ahead and buy it. And as you can see, I wound up with a bunch of freaking books. So I'm going to pick out a couple of books that I actually want and we'll start reading on, and I'm going to get rid of the rest because I know I don't want most of these. Let's see, here is an X-Men Avengers Gamma Quest Trilogy Book 3. So I will definitely be keeping that, and I will figure out how I can get a hold of the other 2 as well. Here we have a Star Wars book, X-Wing: The Back to War, Book 4 in the Exciting Series. I think I'm going to pass this on because it's Book 4, and I like Star Wars, but I'm not like huge into it like say I am in Marvel. Evil Was in His Blood, Vampire Hunter. I bought a bundle for this book, so I know I'm keeping that. Whew, let's see. The Players of Luck. Fantasy book. I don't read fantasy books. I know know. Everybody thinks I do, but I couldn't even get through Lord of the Rings. So my husband is more of the fantasy reader. I might see if he wants that, but otherwise I will pass it along. CSI book. You are in the wrong stack. CSI book. Oh, it's like a comic book. Oh, I'm sorry, a graphic novel, actually. But that should be a pretty quick read. Actually, I'll totally hang on to that. I thought that was like a traditional book. Let's see. With fate conspire. Drafted into a war that could not be won, Tim was determined to twist time and change future forever. Seems interesting. The lights went out, the sun itself disappeared, a strange turquoise band swept across the darkened sky, and Tim Harper, alone in an MIT dormitory, watched Boston disintegrate. Caught in a time field, Harper was cut off from his world, and so he began a journey through swiftly changing seasons and walked 90,000 years into the future. And when he could go no farther, he was captured by the clansmen of Algera, who were fighting hopelessly for their freedom. Now, with Harper's time machine, the Algerians could try to change history and win the war they were fated to lose. I do like sci-fi. Like I said, I'm not much of a fantasy person, but I do like sci-fi. And horror. Give me horror books all day. Let's see. Hybrids by Robert J. Sawyer. A Neanderthal physicist from Parallel Earth. Oh, this is the sequel. Shit. I hate it when that happens. It's a book about a Neanderthal scientist from a parallel Earth where I assume Neanderthals were the top dog of the evolutionary food chain rather than Homo sapiens. I will look into that. The Buchanan Campaign by Rick Shelley. If you guys know about any of these books, please let me know, because most of them I ain't never heard of. Ooh, another sci-fi book. For years, the planet Buchanan was a peaceful place where hardworking colonists could carve out a life for themselves. Buchanan remained removed from the battle of control raging between the Federation and the Second Commonwealth until now. I am interested. Some dense-ass reads, though. Let's see. Redshift Rendezvous by John E. Stith. Sounds like a murder mystery on a spaceship. Definitely into that. Two of my favorite things. The Oathbound Wizard. It's got a big old dragon on the front. This is another one that I will see if my husband is interested in. Otherwise, I will be passing it along. King Arthur's Final Days. Nope. Not my thing. Ew. Young Modred was born of an incestuous relationship between King Arthur and his half-sister, that evil sorceress, the witch queen Borgase. He was reared in secretly by fisher folk who knew little of the truth. When events called Mordred to Camelot, he learned of his true parentage. He also learned that King Arthur's most trusted counselors. He also became King Arthur's most trusted counselor, setting in motion the fates and leading to the wicked day of destiny. Nope. Oh, okay, I will totally read this. This is a Dark Ages vampire from White Wolf book for adventure. That's totally why I bought that one, so yeah. Alright, so $4 decluttered out of that bunch of 12. But I will pick out, I need to pick out 3. I will pick out Dark Ages Venture. I will pick out the CSI book because as it is a graphic novel, it will be a little bit quicker to get through. And I will pick out the X-Men and Avengers book to at least dig into and research. I will certainly not be finishing all these books this month, but if I get started on them, and if they're any good, I will keep them and continue on with them. So that is it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye!